Okay, hello everybody. My name is Mr. Bush. I am the one of the fourth grade teachers here at Whittier Elementary School. I am in room 8, and I just have a quick video here for our back to school night to kind of go through some things with you guys. Some of my expectations. Ms. Smith said she wanted us to talk about 3 things, and that is our behavior management plan, our curriculum, and COVID, what's going to go on with this pandemic and how we are doing this. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to take you for a ride here. We're just going to talk about my behavior management plan. My behavior management plan is it's very simple. It's very straightforward. I just follow pause, the same as the rest of the school. And my pause includes pride and respect, accept responsibility, work hard, and safety always. If I see a student who's not following one of these rules, I tend to do a few reteaches before I get into the consequences and things like that. Usually about 2 or 3, and then it's a warning, reteach, and then starting to take some minutes away from recess. So the first problem is 1 minute, then I'll go 5 minutes. If I have to do it a 4th time, it'll be a buddy room or LLO. We're starting up. LLO stands for lunch learning opportunity, where they will write about what their behavior problem was and what was going on with that. And the last one is an office referral. That would be Ms. Smith's for a severe, like fighting or arguing or screaming, something like that. As far as my rewards goes, I'm very big on the pause slips. I've been giving out treasure box notes, and phone calls home are coming. It's just been super busy around here, and I guess I have that on there twice, so that's really important. Okay, so I do tend to do the notes and phone calls home later in the year, as my kids have gotten to know me better, and doing that as a reward. I will also add other rewards to this, and your students have earned a lot of rewards so far this year. Okay, so that is my basic behavior management plan. I like to think of myself as firm but fair, and I tend to spend a lot of time reteaching procedures and rules throughout my time teaching your students. Okay? All right, trying to get my technology correct here. Okay. The second thing I want to talk about is curriculum. Curriculum gets pretty intense in 4th grade as compared to 3rd grade. In reading, we are continuing to read, but it's beginning to be more of a nonfiction style of reading. So we have 3 real big areas of reading that we do in 4th grade. We look for meaning, we look for comprehension, still looking for vocabulary. Okay, and the last one is a big emphasis on determining main idea. Okay, what is this story about? What is this book about? So in reading, we look at those 3 main areas. In writing, we have also 3 areas. We have narrative writing, which is story writing. Those will be the first 2 quarters. We have informational writing in the 3rd quarter. And then in 4th quarter, we'll be spending our time doing some speaking and listening and doing persuasive writing. Okay. As far as math, language, let me go to language first. Language, we're looking at those basics of grammar, correct capitalization, punctuation, word usage, and things like that. And we practice that every day. In math gets pretty intense in 4th grade. Right now, we're doing multi-digit addition and subtraction, along with some place value and things like that. Our biggest emphasis in the 4th grade is going to be multiplication. So to help me out and to help your students out, best thing you can do for me is at night doing some multiplication facts, whether you write them or the dollar store has flashcards that are $1, just quick 5 minutes every night, just do some flashcards over some multiplication facts. That'll really help out for the rest of the year. We're also going to do long division. Long division comes after multiplication, obviously. We're going to do some measurement. We do some decimals, okay, and fractions. And we end out the year in geometry. So it's just going to build more and more upon what we did in 3rd grade. But that foundational skill of multiplication facts, that would be where my emphasis would be. Okay. In social studies and science, we're just going to continue. This is a bigger social studies year for them. We spent some time talking about the land, geography, and how people deal with each other. And we just follow along those lines of how we get together in a society. In science, we develop investigation skills and content through hands-on experience. Now, there's a caveat to that. Can't be hands-on this year with the COVID, with things being touched. So they're going to be doing a lot of watching me doing the experiments. I understand it stinks. I don't like it, but that's the way it has to be because we need to be safe. Okay. So they're still going to get those investigation skills, but they're going to be watching me doing a lot of the investigations. Okay. All right. The last thing, and that's pretty much it for curriculum. Good news for you guys, homework. We are putting a hold on homework this year. I am not doing it. I don't know of another teacher who is doing it here in the building. And the reason is if district policy, if we send something home and it comes back, we have to quarantine it before we can grade it. I'm just not going to take that chance. I don't want to be spreading germs back and forth. So I have decided this year, since I was allowed to, that I'm not going to do homework. I will start sending spelling lists home, but you can just keep those. Well, give them a new list every Monday, and we test on Fridays. We've been doing that for about the first couple weeks, but we've just been doing pretty easy tests, so they've been keeping their words here. But starting this week or the next, or next week or the week after, I will send those lists home, and you can just choose what you want to do every night to study those words. Okay. So the last thing I need to talk about is COVID mitigation. Okay. This pandemic has made education tough. I'm not going to lie to you. It's made it tough. Okay. But I want you to know that the teachers and the administrators and the people in this building, our job is to keep your students safe. And that's what I work towards every day. Every day is to keep your students safe in this very challenging time. Okay. This pandemic has changed a lot of stuff. Mr. Jardee, our librarian, our music teachers, our counselors, our art teachers are no longer having kids come to their room where they can touch surfaces and spread germs. They are now coming to our room. When your students are in my room, they are socially distanced. I have 3 feet between them. And the number one thing your kids can do, and everyone can do, to keep themselves safe is right here. Okay? We really put an emphasis on masks this year. Masks are going to keep us healthy, and masks are going to keep us in school. That's going to be a lot of it, and taking the responsibility to wear those masks and clean those masks every night before giving them back to your student when they come back to my class or back to our school. Okay. The other thing that I need to ask you to help us out with COVID is if your student is sick, keep them home, please. We are taking a break on attendance this year. We're not taking a break on it, but we're not emphasizing it as much. If you are sick, if you have a fever, if you even have the sniffles, anything like that, I would prefer your child stay at home. We will make up the curriculum later. Okay. Curriculum is not as important as keeping people healthy, though. So, and this is a tough one for me. Anybody who knows me, or I've had other children of yours in the past, I come to school when I'm not feeling very well. Okay. I don't like to miss school. I don't like to miss work, but this year I'm going to. Just because I don't want to get anybody else sick. I don't want to take that responsibility. So if your child's sick, please keep them home. Okay. If they are meeting the requirements for a COVID test, run over to the fairgrounds and get them a free test. All right. And then we will attack it from there. All right. Other things we're doing for COVID mitigation, the room's being cleaned every night, pretty much deep cleaned every night. Also, like I said, they are socially distanced. We're cleaning surfaces during the day a lot more. We are washing hands, using hand sanitizer a lot more than we ever have in my 10 years here. So we're doing our best. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully, we have fewer hiccups throughout the year. Okay. I will do my best, and I hope your students will do their best to keep us healthy. Okay. Also, if you have any questions about this is really all I have today, guys. Was I had curriculum, my behavior management plan, and my COVID stuff. I want to thank you for the first couple weeks of school. Your student, or the first month of school. My goodness, it's been a month. Your students have been doing great. They've been working hard. They've been doing what I asked. We've had a lot of movement in and out of the room, and they've been handling it very well, especially after 6 months off. So I thank you, and I thank them for doing that for me. Okay, so that's really all I have. I sent that letter home that has my phone number on it. I'll just say it here if you didn't get it and you want to write it down. My phone number is 268-7242. My email is all small letters. It's eric_bush@gfps.k12.mt.us. I know it's super long. Okay. But if you have any questions about my classroom or about me or about how things are going in these first couple of weeks, do not be afraid to call. Thursday, the 24th, I will be here until 6 o'clock because that is our normal back to school night. So just give me a ring. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys very much. Thank you for watching this little video. I hope it wasn't too boring. Alrighty, and I will see you, like I said, when I see you. Oh, one last thing. I did forget this. This was in the note. Parent-teacher conferences are coming up October 12th and 13th. I'll be sending a quick note home about that, and I'll just tell you what night those are going to be completely over the phone. Okay, so I will just call you one of those 2 nights. I'll send a note home telling you what night I'm planning on calling you. If that doesn't work for you, just let me know, and we'll get it done over the phone some other time. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and let's just keep up the good work. And thank you so much for allowing me to teach your students. Goodbye.